Welcome back to the Av Attack. I'm your host, Prescott Chambers. The Avs build a snowman and come out on top in this action-packed game of firsts. This game, 11 of 82 in the season at home versus the New Jersey Devils. I'm really hoping to see the Avs score first in this game so they can gain some early momentum because they've been having issues with that in the last few that they've lost. It's Be a Good Person night at Ball Arena for this game. That's cute. I think everyone should be a good person. Hoping Colorado stop the Devils' 8-game winning streak and send this 4-game skid out the window. Of that 8-game winning streak, we are the last win that they have too because we played them at their house in the previous game we played. Goalies for this one are Jacob Markstrom for the Devils, who this is his first game back off of being injured in the first week, and Scott Wedgwood once again, but Blackwood is in full gear on the bench, and I can smell his return coming. I really hope I got all the info for this because this was truly a action-packed game. There was a lot that happened. So, without further ado, period 1. At 18 seconds into the game, Markstrom sends the puck over the glass and sets up the Avalanche with their first power play. The Avs start to get a good cycle in the offensive zone, and at 1:24, Marty Necas scores his 7th of the season on a power play goal with a bomb of a one-timer sent over from Cale Makar and Valeri Nichushkin. It's 1-0 Avs. Very shortly after, Avalanche get an odd man rush off a save from Wedgwood, and at 3:49, the young rookie Zakhar Bardakov scores his first NHL goal with a top-shelf wrister assist coming from Parker Kelly and Gavin Brindley for his first assist. But that goal looked gorgeous for his very first in the NHL. Good for him. He looked like a 30-goal scorer. So I mean, I can't wait to see where his talent takes him. It's now 2-0 Colorado, and I got what I was looking for with the early push from the Avalanche to get on the board first. Avs are creating some really good opportunities on offense to start the game. At 10:33, Jonas Siegenthaler gets sent to the box for interference, giving the Avalanche their second power play. On the power play, McKinnon hits Markstrom in the mask with a one-timer so hard that it knocks Marky's mask off, which was crazy. I think it really just popped a strap in the back of his helmet because it came in hard up front and hit him kind of in the chin area. And in the slow-mo, you saw a strap just kind of fling up, and his mask just fell to the ice, so they stopped play pretty quickly on that. But Devils were able to kill this power play after a battle in front of the Avalanche net. Marty Necas gets called for hooking, giving New Jersey their first power play of the night. Wedgwood makes some pretty incredible saves through the penalty kill, and the Avs are able to kill this one. With 2 minutes remaining, shots are 17-10 in favor of New Jersey. Devils put good pressure on the Avs in the last couple minutes, but at the end of the first, it's 2-0 Avalanche. Period 2, Colton gets one and puts it square off the post in the early goings of the second period. New Jersey forecheck starting to wake up a bit making it much more difficult for Colorado. But at 2:31 on a turnover, Victor Olofsson scores his first of the season and his first in an Avalanche sweater, with assists coming from Jack Aiken, and that is his first assist of the season, and the captain Gabe Landeskog. It's 3-0 Avs. At 4:33, a crazy save from Wedgwood after a wraparound try goes wide, and Hischier tries to jam it in, but he, trying to make that wraparound save, ends up sprawling himself out on the ground and gives no room for the puck to get in when Hischier tries to jam it in underneath him. There was no underneath him. He was on the ground. At 6:02, Stephen Neeson gets called. Stephen Neeson gets called for cross-checking, giving the Avs their third power play. But at 6:13, Dougie Hamilton gets called for tripping and gives Colorado a 5-on-3 for a whole minute and 50 seconds, which is a lot for a 5-on-3. And at 7:11, the Nate Dogg slaps in a one-timer from Cale Makar and Victor Olofsson, making it 4-0 Avs. This goal ties him with Milan Hajduk at 375 for most goals in franchise history, which is wonderful to see. Colorado has about a minute 30 remaining on the second power play, and the Devils kill. But at 8:39, Parker Kelly gets a breakaway and backhands one past Markstrom to make it 5-0 Avalanche. The assist coming from Cale Makar and Brent Burns. This ties Brent Burns with Bobby Orr for most points ever for a defenseman at 695. That's amazing. Go Brent. At 10:08, just over halfway through this game, Stephen Neeson gets New Jersey on the board with an assist from Paul Cotter to make the score 5-1. Then at 11:48, after a press from the Devils, a pop fly rebound off the glove of Scott Wedgwood gets gloved down and batted into the back of the net midair by Dougie Hamilton. The assist coming from Jack and Luke Hughes. That was a insane goal. I have never seen one quite like it. That's for sure. It popped out of Wedgie's glove, and Dougie just popped it out of the air and right into the back of the net. It didn't even hit the ground before he smacked it with a stick off of his glove. It was athletic and pretty incredible to see. It's now 5-2. Then at 13:42, Dawson Mercer gets one past Wedgwood with assists from Nico Hischier and Timo Meier. Not 30 seconds later, Jack Hughes snaps one in off an assist from Jesper Bratt. It's 5-4. So this freaked everyone out, I think, because that was literally 4 goals in less than 4 minutes from the New Jersey Devils, and they just woke up out of nowhere. Like the first period of the game, first period and a half of the game, it seemed like we were just dominating them, and then they get that one goal and they just explode out of nowhere. Ooh. Then at 15-24, the Nate Dogg scores his second goal of the night with assists from Cale Makar and Victor Olofsson, making it 6-4 Avs. And we have a 10-goal game. This goal propels him past Hayduk and puts him in 4th place for most goals ever in an Avalanche jersey. That puts him just behind Peter Stastny, Michael Goulet, and of course, Super Joe Sakic. There we go. At 19:01, with less than a minute to go in the period, Josh Manson gets called for slashing, giving the Devils another power play. I believe that's their second. Avs are able to kill the first half, and after that insanely chaotic period of hockey, and 8 goals later, we sit at a score of 6-4 Avalanche with 20 minutes left to play in the game. Period 3. Avs have 1 minute to kill on the previous power play. Drury gets a shorthanded chance on the kill and stays out. That stays out, and Colorado kills the rest of the power play. At 2 minutes 33 seconds, Avs get their 6th power play of the night. And at 3:10, Victor Olofsson scores his second of the night with assists from Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar. It's 7-4 Avalanche. Avs have gone 4 for 6 this far in the game on the power play. Looks like a completely different team compared to what we have had in the past few games and what we had last season, and this is just what they need to be doing, obviously. Whatever they're doing, do it. Just do that. New Jersey starts to press, and the game starts to get more physical. Sam Malinsky hits the post at 12:35, and this is the 4th pinger from the Avs tonight. Heard a lot of posts getting pinged on. At 17:38, Jack Drury makes an incredible steal and sends it over to Victor Olofsson for his first ever National Hockey League hat trick. And I threw my hat sitting at home. I don't know if you did, but I did. The score is 8-4 Avalanche with just over 2 minutes to play. I think there's still a hat in the Avalanche end that they just didn't pick up. But as the clock ticks down, we end this very wild game with a final score of 8-4 Colorado. Victor Olofsson is your first star of the game, of course, with a hattie and 2 assists for 5 points on the night. It felt like almost everybody on the roster had a point, or at least contributed in some way to this win. So let's go. Let's go. I am beyond excited to see what having the Lumberyard back together will bring. Very excited to see Blackwood back between the pipes. This team is about the deepest I've ever seen it. Definitely deeper than the 22 team, in my opinion. I mean, I miss Nazem Kadri terribly every day, but that game made me feel very good about the depth of this team. Power play needs to stay right where it is, in my opinion. I mean, half the goals scored in this game were on the power play. 4 of the 8 goals they scored came on the power play, so keep going on what you're doing there. Next game is on Halloween, October 31st in Las Vegas, Nevada versus the Golden Knights. So make sure you tune in for that one, because with how crazy this last game was, you don't want to miss another one, do you? No, you don't. Until then, as always, I'm your host, Prescott Chambers, for the Av Attack. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.